reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu or the coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water or with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing with a tissue. Throw away, then wash hands immediately. Avoid close contact with anyone who has the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
Think water. Think crystal water. For energy and health, you need to drink water throughout the day. Crystal water is the most consistent and best tasting water in Belize, trusted to refresh you and your family. Think water. Think crystal water. With 11 stages of purification to offer you the peace of mind you deserve, crystal water is the taste you can trust.
Did you know that your Sagicor advisor can help you plan how to make your golden years your best years? Call a Sagicor agent today.
I had a really good time tonight.
So did I.
Life moves fast. Be prepared with Sagicor. Learn more at sagicorlife.com.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Matters. This morning we have as a guest a COVID survivor. This COVID survivor is not only a COVID survivor, she's from my village, she's my friend, we went to the same high school together. Her name is Sharon Straughn. Sharon, good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for agreeing to come on here and share your story. Before we get into your story, I'd like to learn a little bit about Sharon. Actually, I would like to learn, but also I'd like for our audience to learn a little bit about Sharon. Who is Sharon and where in Belize are you from?
So, well, of course, we went to primary school together and we've known each other like most of our lives, right? But yeah, it's good to see you. I am from Boom. You know, we have village gal. But since like I used to live in Boom, I have been in the Seattle area now for about 5 years. I've lived in Seattle. In total, I've been in the United States like about 12 years. So so this is like my new home. And so yeah, I work for a home care company and I do staffing and recruiting for them. So, you know, I love my job. I mean, it's just stressful sometimes, but you know, this is me. Yeah.
Sharon, for people to better understand or to have a better appreciation of your story, I'd like for you to tell me, are you somebody that lives alone? Do you have company? Do you have a roommate? What is the situation?
So I do live alone. However, the job that I have, I do recruiting and I do a lot of interviews all day long, face to face. This was like before coronavirus hit. So I'm always like, there's always sometimes like maybe 10, 15 people I'm interviewing per day. So I don't know, like home life, I would probably, if I was just working from home, I would be fine. But because I'm out there in the community, I think that, you know, it puts me more at risk.
Okay, let's move into a little bit now. Let's move closer to when you thought, because first you did not know, you only thought that you had COVID-19. What was the first thing that made you say, you know what, I'm concerned for myself?
Well, when I got sick, first of all, I thought it was just a regular cold or a flu. But when they tested me for influenza, which is the flu, that's when I knew I did not have the flu, right? they did the chest X-ray on me because the first thing they need to know, because corona gives you pneumonia on the like some stages of pneumonia. So that was like when I knew, okay, I don't have the flu, which I assumed I did, and now let's go from here. It was it's very hard because you're quarantined already. You can't go out, you can't do anything. You have to stay in your house. You're alone, and it's just very, very nerve wracking, not knowing what you have when you're at a point where you can't breathe.
So you were you started to experience flu-like symptoms, and to be sure, you thought you'd go and get a flu test. When you
Yeah.
got the flu test came out negative. You returned home and you did what then?
So when actually I had so because I work in the elderly community, we have like doctors and nurses that come to your home. So I called them to my home because I did not want to go out there. What if I had the flu and I go out there and I catch corona? So they came to my house and they tested me here. And that's when they were like, you know what? Obviously, you're sick. You don't have the flu. So stay home. If you can't breathe, call 911. That is the only instructions they give to you. It's not like they're telling you, oh, okay, you're sick, you need to go to the hospital. I already knew I was sick. So I'm just trying to heal myself at home. And I think here in Washington, we started with the first corona virus case out here. It was here, the person that came from Wuhan and brought it back here to Washington, right? And so I'm just staying at home, healing myself at home. I didn't want to go anywhere because I don't know what I have. I don't want to infect anybody. So just staying at home and trying to get better.
What were the symptoms that you had?
Okay, my symptoms, I started with an itchy throat. That was my first sign. Then I started with chills. The chills were just, and then the weariness, like you just feel tired. So those are flu symptoms, right? So I'm thinking, okay, it's the flu. The funny thing is I had a thermometer and I was checking my temperature and my thermometer, it wasn't working. So all this time I'm thinking, I'm fine. I don't have a fever. I am good, right? Because I know once you have a fever, that's like corona, right? So I'm like, but my thermometer wasn't working. When I found out I had a fever was when the nurses, they came to my house and they checked me. They're like, oh my God, you're like 100.2, right? I had a fever. So all this time I was having sore throat. I had fever. I had this coughing and the cough. So those were pretty much the main symptoms, and the weariness. Those were the main symptoms that I started with.
When did you realize that you had COVID-19?
So when I am in my bed, I'm not getting better. I am struggling to breathe. I finally, I'm getting advice from everybody, because I don't want to go anywhere. So I'm just getting advice from everyone. And they're telling me, girl, you need to go to the hospital because you can't breathe. So I called because, again, I'm very, very concerned that I don't want to infect anybody out there. So I called the doctor and I called 911, and they told me, okay, we can't come get you, right? So call the hospital. So I called the hospital and I spoke to a nurse. She's like, you know what? All these symptoms, you need to come in here because you can't breathe. So I ended up driving myself to the hospital. When I got there, immediately they put me on the breathing treatment because I was fighting for breath. My oxygen was at maybe, I think it was 76 or 77. My oxygen level was at. When I got there, they hooked me up to like IVs and different things. Now they're treating me now as if I have coronavirus, right? I'm sitting there trying to like feel better. They tested me for influenza again, right? That was negative. Then they tested me for the coronavirus. Um, that one they told me it was going to get back like 5 days later, but they treated me as if I did have pneumonia because they gave me another chest x-ray, which was the second one, and I did have pneumonia. So talking to my doctor, they're like sitting there with me, they're telling me, okay, well, so I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, do I have this thing or not? They're like, listen, at this point, if you have coronavirus or if you don't have coronavirus, it's the same thing. They're going to tell you, go home, quarantine yourself, right? Because there's nothing they can do unless you stop breathing when they're going to put you, intubate you. So there's no cure for it. So it's not like they're going to give you a medication. They gave me antibiotics for the pneumonia. And that's all they give you. They don't give you anything else. Antibiotics if you have the pneumonia, or a breathing treatment like on a nebulizer for because you can't breathe. But it's not like they're going to give you a pill and tell you, hey, cure, use this, get better. No.
How long did that process last? Were you there for a day or 2 days, a couple of hours?
No, I was there in the hospital for 8 hours. It took me 8 hours with all the breathing treatment they gave me and the IVs that they gave me. Other than that, I'm like, I felt better, so I came home. Again, come home and you have to quarantine yourself. You can't be around anybody.
At any time, did you lose your sense of taste or smell?
So I found out about my taste and smell after, because I think with coronavirus, what it does to you is trying to weaken you, right? So it makes you not want to eat. It makes you not want to do anything, just lay in the bed. So I could not eat, but I didn't know about the smell. But afterwards, I found out because I had a slice of cheesecake. And I'm like, this doesn't taste like cheesecake. What is this? Because but I wasn't like, I didn't even know that it did that to you, right? So honestly, like I wasn't thinking of that. I knew I didn't have any appetite. So I just never ate. I just didn't eat anything.
And what you just didn't taste the same way and you thought it was.
Yeah, and it's still weird because I am eating stuff and it doesn't, like you don't taste it. Right? I still have that I'm like pouring sugar in my coffee because what's this,
Might you end up with other complications? What are some of the things that you took to get better? How did you treat yourself?
Girl, I tried everything possible that people were telling me about. The worst thing I think I did was, I think somebody told me coronavirus doesn't like heat. So take a blow dryer and like hold it up in your nose. And I did that because I was so desperate, like for real. Like I was trying all sorts of stuff. And somebody told me, get some Vicks and put some salt and put it under your foot bottom and then you put some socks on. Like for real though, I was trying everything because you're that sick. But mostly I tried, I just put the Vicks here on my neck. I tried the honey and lemon. I tried a lot of warm stuff because you're coughing, but the cough, nothing helps. What else did I try? Oh, I drank some herbs from Belize. I drank some Contribo and some Sorossi and all that. I tried everything, but honestly, like nothing really helped me until a friend of mine told me to try the onion and honey. And I tried that because that was the only thing that made me actually sleep.
Sharon, everybody has tried onion and they've all tried it in a different way. So I want to know how you tried your onion and honey.
So I don't know what it is, but so you just slice the onion, you slice the onion and put it like in a bowl or something, and then you just pour the honey on it and you like cover it, leave it for I think you leave it for 8 hours. When you're done from there, all that honey pulled all the water from the onion, and the honey then becomes like watery, and I just Like, as I told you, I was grabbing at straws, and I had like 2 tablespoons, and that was the first night I slept. In almost a week, that was the first night I slept. So it was really, it helped me. So I've been telling people to try it, because when you're sick, you want relief. That's all you're looking for.
On that note, we're going to take a break and be back.
Did you know that it's best to keep the lumber stored in a dry place?
At KT Enterprises, all our wood is stored in an enclosed space to provide our clients with the highest quality.
We allow you to personally select your lumber if you choose, and we deliver countrywide.
Be it deck board, beams, and imported hardwoods such as red oak and white ash. At KT Enterprises, we provide you with the highest grade in treated pine, construction grade plywood, and imported hardwood, delivered to your door.
We continue to build Belize by reforesting its pine forest. Visit us today at 2.3 miles Iguana Creek Road, or give us a call at 671-0114 or 672-0114.
I choose Happy Cow cheese because of its perfect portion sizes, and I can travel with it.
Because it's nice and soft and creamy, and it goes smooth on your bread.
I choose Happy Cow cheese because I eat it with my beans. I eat it with my fried jack. And you know why? Because it's nice.
Most of all, when you're on the plane, you know they only give you some crackers, and you could just take one out and enjoy it with Happy Cow cheese.
I'm Miss Baker, and I choose Happy Cow cheese because it goes well with all the stuff I bake.
Happy Cow cheese. Look for it in a store near you. Distributed in Belize exclusively by Emilio Ahmad and Sons Limited.
I chose Galen because of its strong reputation, great scholarships.
I came because I can take all my classes online.
Because Galen University opens doors to the outside world.
Their course offering in tourism.
It gives me more opportunity to become who I want to be.
If you want to connect with your inner champion to make the world a better place, then Galen is right for you.
Good morning, Rhonda.
Hi, good morning. I'm Rhonda Crichton. I'm the host of the show called Morning Matters. Morning Matters is a show where people come and they share their issues with us.
My name is Mike. I'm an alcoholic.
And in return, we share our opinions with them.
You and only you can forge your path.
We have a lot to offer. We'd like to share Belize with the rest of the world. Not only our matters, but definitely our strengths.
Caribbean peoples have a lot of story to tell. And if encouraged, they will tell it.
The ordinary person is attracted to us as well as the professional because they all find a balance in Morning Matters.
Me and my Marie shops in Lake.
Me and my Marie Sharp in Indiana.
I'm in Rhonda Beach, California with my Marie Sharp.
Me and my Marie shops in Kabul, Afghanistan.
Me and my Marie shop that are Hertfordshire, England.
Me and my Marie Sharps in Taipei, Taiwan.
Marie Sharp, world-class products produced in Belize.
Stay healthy while traveling. Frequently wash hands with soap and clean running water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid touching eyes, nose, and mouth. Avoid close contact with persons suffering from any cold or flu-like symptoms. Avoid travel if you have any cold or flu-like symptoms. Avoid travel unless absolutely necessary to any location that currently has local spread of the COVID-19. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
Hey! I bring your favorite for your lunch. I'll share me.
Alright, thanks, but I'm really hungry right now.
You look frustrated. What going on?
I don't know, they're far and I got a lot of bills to pay right now.
I might have a solution that can help you out.
Well, you must have got direct then to Jesus then, because this one, yeah, miracle.
Not quite. But I know First Up Speedy Money.
Well, please tell me about that.
First Up Speedy Money is a pawn shop that is designed to help you on days just like this.
Really?
Yes, you know they pawn gold jewelry, bracelet, earring. They even do pawn and drive. This means you have full use of your vehicle and still get money.
Sure, you make it so easy?
It is easy.
Hey, yo.
Let's go check it out right
well,
now.
Visit First Stop Speedy Money at Capital Garden Plaza on Constitution Drive in Belmopan or at 10 King Street in Belize City. Welcome back to Morning Man. As I tell you, this morning we have Sharon in with us. She's telling us her story on how she got through the coronavirus. If you remember, a few days ago we had on Mrs. Brown, Buddy Brown's wife, and she shared her story. It's funny when you listen to these stories because everybody is trying different things. And if I'm to ask Sharon what works, she's not sure. She's tried too many things. If I'm the same way when I asked Mrs. Brown what worked, she herself didn't know. But I think that one of the things that this is saying to us is that you just have to keep trying. The operative word is try. Sharon, I was told that this virus makes you logy. Want to sit down, want to lay down, tired. Did you have that experience?
Yes, I did. So I mean, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just giving my opinion. But I think what coronavirus does is tries to weaken you first because it makes you not want to eat. You're tired. You can't do anything. You just want to lay in the bed. And once you lay in that bed, then that fever takes over. Everything takes over. So it did weaken me, but I tried to get up and walk around the house. That way, my body is moving instead of just laying there under the covers cold.
What made you so aware of the importance of movement? Because most of the time when you are tired, you want to stay down and you stay down. You're thinking, oh, when I feel better, I'll get up. But what made you say, you know what, up is where I need to be?
A friend of mine, she sent me a video of a guy who had corona too, and he was getting up exercising because he was saying the same thing. And as I said, when you're very sick, you're going to try anything. So I knew, like, the more I lay down, the more I felt weaker, right? I got up and just walk around and I start feeling a little bit better. But in the daytime, I felt good, right? In the nighttime is when it hits you harder.
This must be a very difficult time when, besides the virus, you're there, you're fighting it alone. Did you have any physical support?
So physical support, no, because again, you don't want to infect anyone, right? I had my coworkers and friends, they would come and they would leave food at my door. They would leave all the stuff at my door for me, but I didn't want to risk infecting anyone. So that was pretty much what I did. However, because of the work that I do have some of my staff that are corona positive, and I've been assisting them, not physically again, but trying to have them keep their homes safe and avoid infecting their people that live in their homes.
What was your diet like? What did you eat?
Before or during?
During that time.
So I could not eat anything. You didn't want to eat anything, but I forced myself. I only had soups because I needed, you can't eat anything heavy at all, right? But the soups were more nutritious and mostly chicken noodle soup, things like that. That was what I was eating.
When I listen to your story, I think that you had to have a great level of presence of mind, simply because a lot of the things that you say so easily would be the same things that people would say, oh, I don't feel like eating, I don't feel like drinking, I don't feel like getting up. And then they don't do these things. But even though you did not feel like doing any of these things, you still did all of these things. What gave you that presence of mind to say, I have to get up, I have to move?
So I did not want to let that consume me, as in die. That was my main thing. This was not like you see on the news about all this stuff happening and people are dying like this. And I was not going to let that happen to me. I'm young and I have so much to live for. So, and I had a lot of people, the support system behind me, because there's some days that I did not want to get up. And I had my friends telling me, get up, get up. Like on the phone, they would call me like so many times a day, hey, get up. And they would push me. So having a good support system is so important, because if not, you're just going to sit there because you don't want to. But at the same time, too, just having things to live for and knowing that this will get better. I mean, it's not like you're gonna one day. It's depressing right now with everything that's happening, but you just look at the bright side. Hey, it will pass.
Did you at any point in time think that you would lose the battle?
Yes, I did. At that time when I called and I went to the hospital, I was very, very worried. I was always telling people, hey, I know my body and I know my body. And that's when I knew, hey, you have to get there. I could not breathe and I was struggling to breathe.
It is said that when you have the pneumonia, you are prone to just want to lay on your back. But that is one of the worst positions to have. Were you made aware of that at that time, and how did you prevent yourself from doing that when it seemed so natural?
So when I lay down, that was when I coughed the most and I couldn't breathe. So what I did, I made like a little, I put all these pillows around me, and that's how I slept, sitting up at night, just sitting up in the bed. And that was the only way I could breathe. And looking back now, there were many nights when I was having difficulty breathing, but I was like pushing myself, hey, I don't want to go to the hospital, because this whole time, like, I'm thinking, I don't want to go to the hospital and there's somebody in need, like more worse off than me, that needed that hospital bed. So that's why I wasn't going to the hospital. I was just trying to help myself because that's what I could do at this point. But when I realized I can't breathe, that's when I got myself to the hospital.
How long did you go through this? How many days?
It was about maybe 13 or 14 days. Yeah. I started with symptoms actually, I think it's longer than that, because I started like the 2nd of March and it ended like around the 23rd, 24th. So it was a long time.
Did you have any other pre-existing conditions before this came on you? And if so, were you then even more concerned?
I have high blood pressure, but that's about it. Other than that, no, I think that was all I could think of. During that time, I was checking my blood pressure. It was spiked, but it wasn't to the point because I was taking my medication. I made sure I take that. But other than that, like, I have diabetes and stuff like that in my family, but I don't have any.
Did you go back then to get a test to say that you are now negative?
So that's the thing. I was supposed to get tested again, and I never went back because it's very, very difficult to get a coronavirus test in the state of Washington when I was sick. Right now, a couple of weeks later, it's from the time I got better to now. Right now, it's more easier, but back then, I'm telling you, I spoke to about 5 or 6 different people before I could get that first test, right? Because I knew, but when I was being released from the hospital, my doctor told me, well, you have to wait 5 days. I'm like, what am I supposed to do in this time? She's like, listen, you do not need a test to tell you what you have. You know your body, you know what you have. It's not the flu, right? legally, she couldn't tell me I had coronavirus because, of course, the test didn't come back as yet. But she told me, hey, this is what's happening right now, right? I was either going to have the flu or coronavirus, you see? But I knew my body, as I said, and because I ended up with pneumonia, I fought the pneumonia.
So to this day, you have not gone back to get tested again to say that you are negative?
No, I'm not.
Do you feel fully recovered?
I didn't hear you.
Do you feel fully recovered? That is the question.
So I did. Again, I feel fully recovered. The last time I had a fever was about the 15th. That was my last time I had a fever. I have not, again, my job got coronavirus tests for us, for our staff. And I did not take it because, again, I knew we had so many positive staff members with coronavirus. So I never went back to take my test, right? You're supposed to be tested twice, especially if you are having symptoms the way I was having symptoms. They test you, it comes back negative. They have to test you again like a week later. I was just home. I was fighting what I had. And I did not need a test to tell me that I had coronavirus, right? So technically, yes, I did not get tested the second time.
We're going to take a break and be back.
Get information from a respectable international or official local source. When in doubt of COVID-19 information, verify before sharing or repeating the information. Prepare for COVID-19 with an easy plan of action for yourself and your family to put into practice to avoid or reduce the spread of the illness. Be calm and continue to stay informed of the developments of COVID-19. Adjust your plans where necessary based on official advisories. Your local health authority can provide the best information on whether COVID-19 is spreading in your area. If you become seriously ill with cold or flu-like symptoms, please contact your doctor or nearest health center. For more information, contact the Ministry of Health at our toll-free number 0800 MOH Care or through our Facebook pages, the Ministry of Health Belize or the Office of the Director of Health Services. We are here to help you. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
Think water. Think crystal water. For energy and health, you need to drink water throughout the day. Crystal water is the most consistent and best tasting water in Belize, trusted to refresh you and your family. Think water. Think crystal water. With 11 stages of purification to offer you the peace of mind you deserve, crystal water is the taste you can trust.
Me and my Marie shops in Lake.
Me and my Marie Sharp in Indiana.
I'm in Rhonda Beach, California with my Marie Sharp.
Me and my Marie shops in Kabul, Afghanistan.
Me and my Marie shop at Hertfordshire, England.
Me and my Marie Sharps in Taipei, Taiwan.
Marie Sharp, world-class products produced in Belize.
I chose Galen because of its strong reputation, great scholarships.
I came because I can take all my classes online.
Because Galen University opens doors to the outside world.
Their course offering in tourism.
It gives you more opportunity to become who I want to be.
If you want to connect with your inner champion to make the world a better place, then Galen is right for you.
Good morning, Rhonda.
Hi, good morning. I'm Rhonda Crichton. I'm the host of the show called Morning Matters. Morning Matters is a show where people come and they share their issues with us.
My name is Mike. I'm an alcoholic.
And in return, we share our opinions with them.
You and only you can forge your path.
We have a lot to offer. We'd like to share Belize with the rest of the world, not only our matters, but definitely our strengths.
Caribbean peoples have a lot of story to tell. And if encouraged, they will tell it.
The ordinary person is attracted to us as well as the professional because they all find a balance in Morning Matters.
Reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu or the coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water or with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing with a tissue. Throw away, then wash hands immediately. Avoid close contact with anyone who has the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
I choose Happy Cow cheese because of its perfect portion sizes, and I can travel with it.
Because it's nice and soft and creamy, and it goes smooth on your bread.
I choose Happy Cow cheese because I eat it with my beans. I eat it with my fried jack. And you know why? Because it's nice.
Most of all, when you're on the plane, you know they only give you some crackers, and you could just take one out and enjoy it with Happy Cow cheese.
I'm Miss Baker, and I choose Happy Cow cheese because it goes well with all the stuff I bake.
Happy Cow cheese. Look for it in a store near you. Distributed in Belize exclusively by Emilio Ahmad and Sons Limited.
Did you know that it's best to keep the lumber stored in a dry place?
At KT Enterprises, all our wood is stored in an enclosed space to provide our clients with the highest quality.
We allow you to personally select your lumber if you choose, and we deliver countrywide.
Be it deckboard, beams, and imported hardwoods such as red oak and white ash. At KT Enterprises, we provide you with the highest grade in treated pine, construction grade plywood, and imported hardwood, delivered to your door.
We continue to build Belize by reforesting its pine forest. Visit us today at 2.3 miles Iguana Creek Road, or give us a call at 671-0114 or 672-0114.
Hey, I bring your favorite for your lunch. I shared me.
Alright, thanks, but I'm really hungry right now.
You look frustrated. What going on?
I don't know, they're far and I got a lot of bills to pay right now.
I might have a solution that can help you out.
Well, you must have got there then to Jesus then, because this one, yeah, miracle.
Not quite. But I know First Stop Speedy Money.
Well, please tell me about that.
First Stop Speedy Money is a pawn shop that is designed to help you on days just like this.
Really?
Yes, you know they pawn gold jewelry, bracelet, earring, they even do pawn and drive. This means you have full use of your vehicle and still get money.
Sure, you make it so easy?
It is easy.
Hey, yo.
Let's go check it out right now.
Visit First Stop Speedy Money at Capital Garden Plaza on Constitution Drive in Belmopan or at 10 King Street in Belize City.
I had a really good time tonight.
So did I.
Life moves fast. Be prepared with Sagicor. Learn more at sagicorlife.com.
Right here in the comfort of my home, and Sharon is in the comfort of her home in Washington. Sharon, again I say welcome back.
Thank you.
Sharon, now that you've had that experience, as crazy and devastating as it was, what or how has it changed your interaction with people?
It has me scared, honestly. And I know a lot of people are going through the same thing because you're looking at people and you don't know if they have coronavirus or not. You know, I've been telling people, listen, you have to treat people just as if they do, because symptoms, you're not seeing symptoms on some people. There's a lot of people walking around with coronavirus right now that are carriers. So you don't know. So you have to take precautions, just like if that person that you're meeting or talking to have coronavirus, right? That's the only way you can protect yourself and your family. We're at stay-at-home orders here in Washington, so I am not going anywhere except I went to the grocery store, but I had my mask and my gloves and stuff on. But other than that, it's very, very scary because you don't know. That's the thing.
I want you to describe your job, how it was and how it is now. What was the application process like when you had 15 or so people in a day? Were you all in the same room? And what is the process like now?
Okay, so it changed everything. First of all, I work from home now. So I do application online, and I do everything through video. I can't meet with anybody because we don't know. The thing is that, again, there's a lot. If you remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but it started in the nursing homes here in Washington, and it killed a lot of people in the nursing home. So a lot of my caregivers, they work in different places, right? So they're in contact with different people that are in the same field. So it's very, very, I'm very cautious now. Again, I have used to just hire people. Now I have to ask them so many questions about their personal life, their living conditions, who's living in the home with them. So I go in depth about their personal life now before I can even interview them.
Do they have to do a COVID test to qualify for the job?
So no, but we are testing them before we place them in homes. If they apply, which is like right now, normally I hire about 50 people for the month. I am down to maybe 5. I am very, very picky with who I'm hiring, and we test them before they go into people's homes.
How often do you test them after they've gotten the job? Because COVID is such a very, you could not have it today, you can have it tomorrow. It is that kind of a virus, and you don't essentially have to go out of your way to get it. So do you do follow-up tests with them? I know that this is new, so perhaps not been implemented yet because the virus is new. All of this is for making adjustments as we go. Has that started already?
So we don't, the only time we will retest is if we check their temperature every day. So we honestly, we have invested a lot of money into making sure over 250 people have thermometers, and we check with them every single day. They have to send us their temperature, and that way they are health responsible for their own well-being. We want to know what's going on with them. We also, the only time if they have a spike in their temperature, we will monitor them again. We will keep monitoring them for about another day. They keep checking their temperature. If it spikes, then we send them for a test.
You say that you send them for a test. So before you place them, you send them to the hospital or wherever the places that the tests are being given. Your company does not have tests that they administer to them.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do. We actually got tests where they ship it to your house, so that way you don't have to go out to get tested anymore. So the thing is with these tests, though, I want to bring it up, and I have been very active on social media about these tests. I've had one of my caregivers that was exposed to coronavirus. We knew he had it because other people had it that worked in the same home. We had to test him 3 times for it to come back positive because we knew he had it. He had a slight fever, and the tests keep coming back negative, but we knew something was going on. So these tests are not always accurate, right? And I heard about that one in Belize also, where that guy was in the hospital. Remember the second person who died? He was tested more than 1 time because he had symptoms, but the test does not always pick up this virus.
I think what you're then saying is that you have to treat yourself as if you are sick if you start to exhibit signs of this virus.
Mm-hmm. if you're seeing signs and your tests come back negative, then you need to be retested again.
Now that you are all spanking new, like they say in Creole, is there any disinfecting of your space that has happened or anything like that, or you just continue to exist in the same space as it is?
So I do a lot of extra cleaning now. Bleach, not that anybody's coming in my home, but the bleaching, using the bleach and water to just keep the place clean. For my staff, I've been telling them if they go out in the community, because remember, they're caregivers, they're out in these communities. As soon as they walk in their homes, they take off their clothes, they put it straight in the wash, they go take a shower, and before they have their children greet them or they greet their family members, you have to take precautions because you don't know. I know they said that it doesn't stay on your clothes, but things are changing so much that it's better to be precautious and follow like certain guidelines before they change it and say, oh, now it's on your clothes. You understand? So I've just been taking extra precautions. If I go out, that's immediately as I walk in, I put my clothes straight in the wash and wash and shower because you're trying to keep your home clean and you're trying to make sure that whoever lives in your home is safe and you don't want to bring anything into your home.
This is a time in Belize where we have a lot of restrictions, and the restriction changes. You go to bed tonight, you wake up tomorrow, there's a new law or there's a new restriction. Is there any major restrictions in your city?
So we are staying, we stay at home. Right now, if you look around our city, there's nobody out. And even in the daytime, it's not like we have a mandatory curfew. We know the death toll here is only about 500 compared to other states. However, we are taking it on our own to secure our own homes and staying inside. So we don't need them to tell us, hey, there's a curfew going on or there's a stay-at-home order. We're doing it on our own. And we have seen a really drop in our deaths compared to before. It's just, I know right now, in Belize, it's very challenging for people to stay inside because we're not used to it. However, if you take responsibility for your family and try to keep your family safe, you're not going to be out there risking your family, right? Every time you go out, you're putting yourself at risk.
Excellent. When you have these experiences, I call them near death because it could have been, for you, it wasn't so severe or so we believe because you're here and you're looking good now. But nobody knows the pain that you were facing when you were facing it or the fear or the concerns. But these things have a way of changing our lives. What has this done for you, your ideas, your philosophy, the way you see people? What has it done for you?
Girl, it really, to me, it make us appreciate things a little bit more because sometimes we take things for granted, and I think especially family and friends, where we get so busy sometimes with work, we don't see them, all we do is social media and all that stuff. So I think it takes, for me, it makes me really appreciate life. And instead of looking at staying inside like a punishment, because it's really not, I'm looking at it as a time to build relationships that I took for granted maybe, because now I have the time on my hands. And, even sometimes we work so much that we barely see our children and things like that. So now is the time to build those relationships back. So when we do go back out there, it's a stronger bond, I think. So I think that's kind of where I'm at right now.
First let me say thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for taking this time to share this story with us. For somebody that's sitting here or in the Caribbean or wherever that may be experiencing these symptoms but are afraid to go to the doctor for whatever the reason is. Some of them, I believe, are afraid because they don't want to know. They prefer to live in ignorance than to just know that I have this thing, deal with it, and move on. What would you say to that person?
Well, I kind of did that too, so I can't really like beat on anybody for that because honestly, like as I said, I know my body. I was not in denial because I accepted something was going on in my body that I couldn't fix. But in regards to people's being out there and they're afraid to get tested, it's because of, I think social media is a big thing right now. The minute they hear this person is sick, they start like putting their names out there, things like that, and they get scared. But at the same time, coronavirus is not something that that we should be ashamed or that we got because, hey, everybody's getting it. It's not that people are thinking, oh, you wash your hands, that's why you get coronavirus. That's not how it works. We need to also, I wanted to say, if you're sick, you need to treat yourself. A test will not change anything about your treatment, right? You can at least stay at home and try to fix yourself unless you get to the point where you can't breathe. So I wouldn't say really that they're scared, but it's this society right now that's treating people really bad when we should be coming together to help these people.
Did you experience any of that negativity or fear when you found out that you had COVID?
No, I did not. I don't know what was said behind my back, but guess what? I don't care. My friends, and as I said, my coworkers were my rock, and everybody was very, very concerned because of what I was going through. Like, man, you talking to me, you could get maybe one or two words out of everything that I'm saying because I was coughing the whole time. I had mentioned I was coughing about between 16 to 17 hours if you combined everything out of 24 hours. I couldn't, everything was coughing. And I joked about it. I'm like, when I'm done from here, my tummy will be flat because I'm just like coughing, and my stomach is so tight, because I was coughing so much. But, I was trying to look at the positive too. I joke around a lot, but at the same time, that was no joking matter. And I just want people to take it serious.
Out of all the things that you have used, what would you say were the things that gave you the best results?
You mean like the things that I tried? The honey and warm water and honey, it really helped with my throat because something warm going down is soothing. It didn't stop the cough, as I said. It didn't stop the cough. I was humping up on emergency before I even got sick. When I start feeling my throat itchy, I start drinking vitamin C, like the packets of emergency. I drank that, but I never. I think honestly, I think it just had to pass through my body, Rhonda. It just has to pass through because I don't know if anything really helped me. Because honestly, nothing. I tried everything. Someone told me push your head in the oven, and for real, like I'm serious. Like people have been trying a lot of crazy stuff out there, and I just want to say you have to be careful. I had one of my caregiver told me he drinks boiling hot water to kill the coronavirus. Another one told me he showers with boiling water because his blood needs to be heated up so it kills coronavirus. So people are trying some crazy stuff, but honestly, I think it just needs to pass through your body. And that's all it needs to do at this point.
Sharon, before we go, anybody you'd like to say hello to in Belize? I know it's been a while since you've been on this side.
I know.
Yes.
I know, but you know what? talk to my people almost every day. I'm so grateful for like WhatsApp and Facebook because you're able to talk to people. I just, Rhonda, I wanted to say, you have to, like, sometimes I think the only advice I want to give is, like, sometimes you're here today, you're gone tomorrow. You have to appreciate people and have to appreciate life. And that's pretty much, we take a lot for granted, man. We really, really, really do. So I think this time we need to really look at the important people in our lives and just thank them. And sometimes just a phone call is very important to them, right?
And when you say that, I have to say that I am very guilty of that because I always am of the belief that the person will be there tomorrow. Like our relationship, for example. I see you on Facebook all the time, but I'm not a talker, so I don't say anything. I know you're alive, you're well, you're fine. So let me say thank you for jumping up and accepting with short notice. I fully appreciate it, and hopefully it's the beginning of a rebirth of our connection. Again, I say thank you, Sharon. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you.
Guys, until next time, I encourage you to take care of yourselves and each other. Have a lovely day.
Good morning, Rhonda.
Hi, good morning. I'm Rhonda Crichton. I'm the host of the show called Morning Matters. Morning Matters is a show where people come and they share their issues with us.
My name is Mike. I'm an alcoholic.
And in return, we share our opinions with them.
You and only you can forge your path.
We have a lot to offer. We like to share beliefs with the rest of the world, not only our matters, but definitely our strengths.
Caribbean peoples have a lot of story to tell. And if encouraged, they will tell it.
The ordinary person is attracted to us as well as the professional because they all find a balance in Morning Matters.